This is at Kevin K. Diddy for Hair of the Blog, at Hair of the Blog on all social media. You guys, I'm trying something a little different tonight. It's Friday night. Happy Friday. I hope you're going to have a great weekend. And usually on Friday, I hang out with the boys, hang out with Bobby at our Hand City at 17, or Chuck at Chuck with the F. And, we just kind of just like hang out, have drinks, just talk about, whatever's going on right now in the world. So, we like to always throw a little money on a game. We like to do put a couple bets out there, gambling, people gamble all over the place now, right? But I mean, especially in Jersey, you could do it legally. There's, a ton of apps. I like William Hill personally. So what I'm doing now is that you got a game that I'm kind of interested in. I got my Warriors shirt on right here, and I'm looking at putting some money on this Warriors game. Now, I know what you're saying. The Warriors, they're not going to win this game. And for me, I know that they're not going to win this game. I live in the real world. And I understand that the Warriors team is beat up. And I'm looking right now at the stats. And the over-under on this game is 223. Now, if you had a healthy Steph Curry, a healthy Klay Thompson, that over-under would probably go up probably in the 230, at least 235, maybe even 240 range, because they're playing the Celtics tonight. So the Warriors are playing the Celtics tonight at Chase Center. So the Celtics are visiting. They're playing the Warriors at home, okay? I'm not necessarily going to go with the point spread. I mean, at a quick glance, Celtics minus 7.5. I say that's probably a surefire bet to bet the Celtics minus 7.5. I understand that they have no Gordon Hayward, but they still got Kemba Walker. And I think just looking at the roster of the Warriors who are still available, I mean, you got D'Angelo Russell. And he puts up, just looking at the stats here, looks like he puts up maybe about 25 points a game, and about almost maybe 26 points a game, D'Angelo Russell. And Kemba Walker puts up 25 points a game as well. And I mean, those are the leaders, right? And everybody also put in, maybe like 10, 8 points, depending on who's going to be on the roster, who's playing tonight. But what I'm thinking is, the Warriors are always good. Even without Steph Curry, they could put up at least 100 points. And the Celtics are hot right now. They won, I want to say they won like 9 games in a row. And it's probably going to be 10 after this. So looking at the, usually my basis on over-under bets, especially with the Warriors, because that's the team that I always like to follow, is that the Warriors now, because the team is so different, they used to be the Warriors, since I've known them as a fan from 2007, they're a very offensive team from the start. And as the team progressed and got better and better, they became they played more defense. They've now reverted back to just being a very offensive team and just kind of just chucking up the ball and hoping it goes into the net. Now, with that being said, the Warriors, because there's no defense, if they get their shots off, they could easily score 120 points. They may even still lose the game, but they'll score you maybe anywhere between 100 to 120 points if they're on. But they'll still lose because their team is just there's so many injuries. There's too many injuries on that team right now. So there's nothing really they can do about that. But basing off of what I'm looking at, the Celtics' last 5 games that they played, they all won. Okay, whether they're at home or away. At home, it looks like at home, the last game that they played was on the 13th, and they beat Washington 140 to 133. That's a hell of an over-under. Now, mind you, that's not going to happen tonight. And basing it off of the last and looking at the other games that they have, they won against Dallas 116-106. They won against San Antonio 135-115. They won against Charlotte 108-87. Now, that makes me nervous because I know the Warriors and Charlotte are kind of in, a similar boat. That could realistically be the score right there. That could be, if Boston goes on a run, they'll sit their starters, and this could very well be a game like that. I don't I can't see the Warriors scoring less than 100 points. But looking at the other teams that they played, they usually, on average, with the exception of that one Charlotte game, the Celtics will score you 120, easy. Now, if you get the Warriors to score you at least 100 points, give or take a couple foul shots here and there, you'll get that 223 over/under. Now, the Warriors, unfortunately, obviously, they got a lot of L's. They lost against the Lakers 120-94. They lost against OKC 114-108. They lost against Minnesota 125-119, and that was in overtime. So they hit the over on that. And they lost at the Rockets 129-112 also. So Houston's a pretty solid team. Minnesota has become a very good team. OKC's a good team. So it seems like the better teams, they at least hang with and at least can get a little over 100 points. And the Celtics are a phenomenal team right now. They're number one team in the East. They might be number one in terms of in the league on the East Coast standings. So what I'm saying tonight is my bet would be over under 223 Celtics Warriors. I take the over. Take the over. See what happens. And if I'm right, at me, at Kevin K. Diddy, or at Hare of the Blog, at rhanson817 too. He'll talk to you. So I'm gonna put that in now. The game starts at 10:30. Enjoy your Friday. Hope we make some money off of this. And this is at Kevin K. Diddy signing out. Have a good weekend.